Alright, YouTube, let's get a double hitter in. This gonna be a soul contract reading. These are decks I'm using to pull the cards. Alright? So, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with the Oracle card first. Out of the Light Worker Oracle card. Alright, for the soul contract reading. Alrighty, hey universe. I'm still on the YouTube platform, right? Can I get a soul contract? What is this contract? What's the meaning of this soul contract reading right here? May I have one Oracle card, please? And define the meaning of this soul contract. One Oracle card for the meaning of this soul contract reading going on YouTube. General. You gave me two. Right, I got the heart transmission and earth healing book. Okay. But I want one card. Okay, here we go. Okay, they gave us grounding. We got feminine energy up in here. Okay. The shadow card here is the Dark Angel. That's great, right? The Dark Angel. Alright. Let's get the Lenormand card out. Alright. So the Lenormand card is going to represent the karmic energy, what people going to perceive to be in this soul contract, with whatever going on around you, as common between the two parties here in this contract. Right? What is the karmic energy that they feel like is good? Alright? That's what this Lenormand going to represent. What y'all think is good? Alright? What do you think is good when it comes to this soul contract energy in their personal life going around? Where's their common positive link at in their lives, whether they're apart, together, and don't know each other? You know the way this reading's supposed to represent. So may I have that one card, please, to represent their common perception and positivity. Oh, a lot of cards. I'm going to take that one. Okay, so we had a mice. Alright, that's a unique common perception. But I'm feeling something with it. Ah, look at there. See, that's telling us the soul contract right there with the ring. So that's confirmation. That's where y'all binding at. So I got that out. Now, right? In the dark side of this soul contract record, of this soul contract record, what are they benefiting from each other? What is going to be the equal benefit but a different way, because it's based on their connection with each other? What is that benefit from this dark side? What's the benefit from this dark side? Alright. We got Ips that came out. He is the Prince and Duke of Hell with 36 military units under his command. He appears with a head and feet of a goose, the name of a lion, and the tail of a hare. Okay. And the shadow card here is the Witch's Round. Uh-oh. Let's read about what IPS actually stand for before we continue to pull the rest of the cards out, right? So, my intuition don't take too much control. Okay, on the divination, it say focus on long-term strategy and quit thinking when plans change. The fake silly goose may have permitted popular culture, but geese are bold and loyal creatures that fly in strong formation and that do not lose sight of their long-term goal. The lion is, of course, a symbol of strength and valor, with the ability to use the attention of grab and roar, as well as careful stalking. A hare is a fleet and often overlooked animal whose quick thinking makes it the subject of many folk tales and fables. IPS has the qualities of these three creatures, and meditating on those qualities may come in handy in all matters of engagement. So there we go. Alright. Alrighty. So now that we got all that out, with this grounding here, and with the mice coming up, okay, so the thing that you and this soul contract holds together, y'all love to judge people real hard. You and this person both, where the universe is manipulating y'all at, y'all just judge people real hard. Like somebody crossing the street, and if their pants ain't right, you saying something about it, right? You and this person, whether y'all both opposite sex or same sex now or whatever it might be, y'all just had a habit of just talking. Whenever your family do something, y'all the critics. Y'all like the critic writers of all time in y'all social environment. You have to say something about somebody. You have to analyze the reason why somebody think the way they think. You have to analyze why they walk the way they walk. And it's not even necessarily that you do it in their face per se, but you have both of y'all have such a social dynamic, right? Now you can always put this information out, even if it's at work, or if it is talking on the phone, or is it chastising your kids, or whatever it might be. You just have to talk. When you probably do chastise your kids, you probably comparing them to somebody else, or have something doing it, or to the standards, to the regulations. It's just both of y'all just so critical, right? But see, the thing is, right now, either with IPS coming out, it's either a point in time that y'all get into an age, or somebody actually, one of y'all might have a health problem going on, whether it's high blood pressure, diabetes, or what. This is a real one. This is beyond mental health. This is something that could take you out a little bit sooner. You have a strange disorder that's going on. One of y'all do, right? And the other person might be borderline on it, depending on the consciousness and the way that the prayers want to get answered, especially with the Witch's Round and the ring being here. So, for example, say that y'all was married, and what about one of y'all might have killed the other person? Okay, this is things you got to consider, right? And now y'all living in this lifetime, but this contract is here. Maybe when that person did kill you at that point in time, right, when you came back, you might have wanted to kill that person. You might have wanted that opportunity. And maybe it's just now in this lifetime you believe like this person is supposed to be your soulmate. And then maybe you feel like you done came across this person and you don't even like them. You be like, this cannot be my soulmate. My soulmate is just trying to turn me down. But see, the chitter chatter on that is just a common frequency. That person probably saying the same thing. But the whole point is you wanted to kill the person. So now it's like, maybe you do have an opportunity by the decisions that you're making in your life. Maybe right now You can have some weird shit, whether it was a car accident or maybe your car went flat, or maybe a pet then died, or maybe it was a weird thing that happened. You went to your backyard and you found a dead animal in your backyard. You might think one of your neighbors or wherever you live at might be populated with certain animals that didn't kill them and you might have came across. Or maybe it's about to happen. You got choices to make on how that body get disposed. Who knows? So let's get into some cards so we don't be here long. We're going to take 6 cards. And after I translate the 6 cards, that'll be the end of this reading. Alright? Universe. Can you set me up with 3 cards on the top and 3 cards on the bottom? 1 for the top cards to help me identify the forward and the backwardness in this soul contract. Prepare me with 3 cards at the bottom and 3 cards at the top. As I shuffle, I will take that 1 card and begin the 3 card process for the top. And 1 card is just confirmation that we're about to begin this reading. Okay? Alright, 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. Thank you so much. Alright. 1 card to tell me where we're going with this story right here. So I can begin to take the cards from the top and the bottom. Alright, there we go. We have the Page of Cups. Okay. Now we're going to take the cards from the top. We have the Ace of Coins. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 9 of Coins. Alright, then we're going to take the cards from the bottom. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Fool card. And we have the 4 of Swords. And we have the Tower for the shadow up top. And we have the World from the top. Okay? So they got 2 cards we're working with. So right here, it looked like I said, with this Ace of Coins and the 7 of Swords and the 9 of Coins is here, it looked like there's a chance somebody is sick. And it also looked like that somebody is going through some financial struggles that's really got this trigger. So, with the Ace of Coins being right here, I don't know, with this Page of Cups, you might not have wanted revenge necessarily. You probably expected that person to kill you. It could have been a crime. It really looked like a crime of passion that I see right here in the past. When it comes to this 4 of Wands, the Fool card, and the 4 of Swords, it looked like it was actually a crime of passion. And, you know, somebody died in that lifetime, right? And so it looked like during your crossing period, you really didn't fault the person from killing you, which is very noble. And maybe that's why the Epstein came out, because you're inside of your lion power. You could be a Leo as your sun sign. Could be significant for you too. Or maybe you could have your Leo is your moon, which deals with a lot of family and values right there. And I mean, it could actually go with any. I don't think it would go good with Mercury though. I think Mercury would be the only one it wouldn't go good with though. I don't think it would go good with Jupiter. But it could go good with Saturn, Pluto, if you want to believe it's a planet, but it's part of your natal chart. It can go good with Uranus. It can go good, what I say, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto. It can go good with Venus and Mars. And it could go good with your moon. More than anything. Your sun is iffy. I would say the only way I would see it be with your son is if you have this compound thing that's going on with your planets, like in your houses. Like if you have about 2 to 3 planets in like your root house or your first house or something like that, I can say that it would probably definitely have a chance to be there in your houses. But it looked like one of y'all going through a financial situation and you reaching out, and there's some strategies you have done to get you're a step away from getting financial relief, right? Now, on the other hand, I think the other person is not doing so well. So is this wish-washy kind of thing that's going on? Like, in some way, somehow, some way, somehow, if this person need to get an insurance policy, but this person is so, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's spiritual confidence. This person just have the type of attitude of living their life to fullest right now, and they have a slight little fear that, like, if they got an insurance policy, it mean that they claiming their death. So they actually trying to play Russian roulette with what they got going on with their health before they get an insurance policy. Now, I mean, you could, if you had kids, you probably could get an insurance policy and take it out on one of your kids, especially the ones that you could draw off of or you could close at any time and you don't lose your money. I would definitely mess around with it that way. Or open up some kind of temporary IRA account at a bank or anything, and put some money up in there for a little bit and let that do its thing. Just to be in a counterbalance of this energy, especially the fact that the Tower is here with the World card. So the World card for me, on the flip side, is representing you have to use the assets of the World card to accomplish it. Where back in the day, the Tower is the shadow card from the bottom side of it with the 4 wands, the Fool card, and the 4 swords. You could have had that type of investment, type of life with some of that. Even though you're going through some financial situations right now, you still have doors that fall open for you. So in a sense, I mean, the safest thing is like to open up an IRA account and just throw some money up in there. You know, if you already got a bank that you bank with, you need to talk to them and just open up an IRA account. And I feel like just opening up an IRA account going to shift the dynamic, because it's not the fact that neither one of y'all still stop talking about people. That's what y'all got common. So right now, you opening up that IRA account, a shift of financial dynamic. It's almost like in this soul contract, if you really felt like if you really felt like you deserved what happened, because if the shoes was on the other foot, you would have done the same thing that they did to you. If you really feel that way, and you have just some ounce in the way that you gossip about people, if you have some type of line of equality like that up inside of you, I mean, me personally, I get an IRA account. That IRA account gonna make a paradigm shift around you happen. Now, I can't say you doing it to save that person's life or whatever, but it's definitely going to benefit, because it's like, if y'all was successful back then, and it's potentially you really was with the Page of Cups here, and the way that the 4 of Wands is here, and the 9 of Coins was up in the top half of it. And if you're going through financial situation, the 9 of Coins is up there. in the current dynamic with y'all energies, that could really mean that back in the days, because underneath of that is the Four of Swords, right? Which can represent that you is as backwards, because sometimes the Four of Swords had a projection of as below, so above. It's like the swords is buried underground, right? So we gotta flip this, right? So this time around you're not so successful. So to draw this money in that you really need, you probably just need to open up an IRA account, because it seems like the way the planets is all lined up right now. And so you got the as above. See, Four of Swords usually have a design like this anyway. Most of them do. So being that the Four of Swords and the nine of coins is crowning the Four of Swords, you just you're not as stable as y'all used to be. So you probably had an insurance policy out, and when that person actually killed you, they probably got it in a different way, meaning you probably had some kind of kids or some secondary thing that happened where that money went, or if you didn't have kids, then the money just went back to the corporations, right? I swear, for the past three videos, well, no, the last one I didn't have no trouble, but the one before, the two in the middle, last four, but in the space mine out. One of them I didn't post because I felt it was all crazy. I don't know what's going on with my editing software, but I know I did buy this notepad and put another software up here just to test how hackers or hatred actually come in. The video got cut short. I mean, it was already kind of summed up anyway. You're really not missing nothing. It's all about opening up an IRA account. Um, all these glitches right here, I don't think y'all are capable of convincing me what my spirit guides are capable. Because I tell y'all about our conversation, which they want us to, so you fall for the trap. But anyway, I'm not going to talk this to death. We're just going to see whether they work this time, okay? That's all to it. Thank you for stopping past. Hope you enjoyed it.